Write in the group I am in. Write in the group I am in. Okay, the question I will ask, okay, to Saurabh, okay, what is the full form of CIBIL?
CIBIL is Central Bureau of Information India Limited is the full form of CIBIL.
You need to check. Okay. What is repo rate and reverse repo rate?
Repo rate is the rate on which RBI lend money to the commercial bank, and current repo rate is 5.90%, and repo rate is
Note down
the
these
rate.
questions, okay, Maria, Christina. Which are the questions you are knowing? Which are the questions you are not knowing? Which are not knowing? You should at least be curious to know this answer till the end of the night. This is the way that you can learn things very quickly. Okay, I learned by this way only. What are the things?
Yeah,
See,
sure.
the greatest way to learn is the curiosity. If you're curious to know things, then you will learn. Otherwise, you will not learn. As simple as that. So I did not know ये कैसे होता है, वो कैसे होता है, how to do this, how to do that. That we learned everything. Okay, so that is a very important thing. Repo rate, reverse repo.
Reverse repo rate is the rate on which commercial bank lend money to RBI to park its excess fund, and current reverse repo rate is 3.35%.
What is SLR?
SLR is statutory liquid ratio, which is the minimum ratio requirement by the RBI to commercial bank to maintain minimum amount of cash, gold and certificate, and current SLR rate is 4.5%.
You say always it is around 4.5%. Don't say is. You might be around with this. Rates are keeping on changing. Okay, so you can say it is around this one. And suppose the interviewer says you know it is this much. Okay, then you say okay, I will check my knowledge on it. You got my point now? So if you say always it is around this much to my knowledge. Okay. Next thing is what is the standard asset, substandard, doubtful, and loss assets?
Standard asset is the category of asset which do not have more risk than normal course of business of bank. This asset is not declared as NPA, and substandard asset are those asset which are classified as NPA for not for more than 12 months.
Doubtful and loss assets.
Doubtful assets are those assets which are categorized as non-performing asset for more than 12 months, and doubtful asset are those assets which identified by the bank, auditor, and RBI, and which is not written off.
What is capital adequacy ratio?
Capital adequacy ratio is the ratio between capital and weighted riskier weighted asset and liability of the bank.
And what is tier 1 and tier 2 capital?
Sorry, sir, I did not get recollect the answer right now. I will definitely go through it.
When you're saying this answer, na, have a little smile also. Okay. Sorry, sir, I am not able to recall this answer right now, but I will improve upon my knowledge. One more thing that you can do is आपका laptop को थोड़ा ऐसे कर लीजिएगा कि your dress is also available. That day you will be investing in your dress also, right? You might be investing, you will be wearing coat and all. So make sure that that is also appearing. Okay. So otherwise, what is the use, right? It's many people don't see this because they are in tension also. I can understand. So what you will do like this or like this, so it will look like that. So make sure that आप थोड़ा नीचे रखिएगा laptop को, and you can make some hand movements also along with it. Okay. I'm telling you, if you improve on these things now, many people don't do this. Okay. If you are working in communication skill and personality, what happens now? Knowledge can anytime means you can forget things very quickly, right? It happens that in interview you might forget the answers, but if you are good with your communication skill and personality, that might just save you, because in tension everybody forgets the answer, right? But if you are good with these things now, they might take you. We have already seen in our articleship also the people who are smarter than you in terms of appearance and communication personality, they have got much more work than you. You might be much more knowledgeable than that person, and you would have asked them in your mindset also, I am much knowledgeable than this guy, but this guy is getting more work than me. Why? Because they are smarter than you. They have shown some smartness than you. So this is the thing that you should be very much improving upon yourself, and it is very easy also, not that difficult. See, the best way to improve your communication skill, your personality is observe others. Observe others and improve. You don't need to do any course also. I always say observe others who are better than you and just try to guess how I can also improve on this area. This is the way to observe much more. Okay, how the other people are portraying themselves. How can I learn from this person? That is the way to improve your. And you should not think, "Okay, I'm introvert. I will remain like this only. I will not change myself. You will not grow otherwise. How I'm like this. I will remain like this only. I will not change myself. You will not improve. So you need to improve yourself. This is the way to best way to improve yourself, and the you don't have to invest anywhere also. Okay, what is letter of credit?
Letter of credit is the guarantee provided by the bank to the seller on behalf of purchaser to make payment on behalf of purchaser if he make any default.
What is the difference between cash credit and overdraft?
Basically, cash credit was provided by the bank to finance working capital, and whereas on the other hand, overdraft facility provided by the bank for long term purpose.
Debt service coverage ratio.
Debt service. Debt service coverage. The idea of how company can repay the debt with its operating income and lower the ratio will be preferable.
Formula.
Net operating income divided by debt.
What is interest coverage ratio?
Interest coverage ratio gives us the idea how company can repay the interest component of the loan through its operating income. And its formula is EBIT, earning before interest and tax divided by interest.
Okay, why you want to join our banking? You are from Article C background, okay? You have done core CA work. Why you want to join banking industry?
From initial day, I have interest in banking terminology and work culture of bank, and
Anybody else wants
basically
to
I
try?
was
If
not,
they are,
I was,
if they get an answer like this, you are from core CA background, the work will not be the same. So how will you adjust to the work culture out here? And why you want to join our bank? Why credit manager? Why relationship manager? So what you will say in this?
I was not prepared for other than technical
I
answer.
can,
I
I
will
understand. I
prepare
definitely
today.
understand. But what is the, I understand you're not prepared, okay? In an interview also, there will be a lot of questions will be thrown at you, which will not be prepared. But if you have to say a random answer, what you will say? This is not something technical also. This is personal, okay? Why you want to join the banking
So
sector?
can we can say that I have a keen interest on learning something new. So I just want to expand my knowledge beyond the work which I have already done in my articleship period.
Anybody else? Why banking sector? Why credit manager? Why relationship manager? Priyanka Chandra, right?
Don't know about this answer, sir, because
But
it is
make
out
a wild
out
guess.
of work question. Okay,
Definitely
so
make a guess, not a problem. Yeah.
okay, I can say that I have an interest in the banking sector, and in my articleship I didn't get a chance to explore in this field. So I want to take a challenge and learn in this field. And I heard that banking sector is very good for us. From my seniors I heard. My few seniors are working in the banking sector, so that's why reason I want to join banking sector.
Good answer, actually. Very good answer. See, I heard from my seniors also. They were actually working in the banking sector, and their experience was very good. So that actually rose my interest, and this is very responsibility profile. Also, as a credit manager, we need to do a lot of things. So now something other than CA work, I've always wanted to challenge myself. So I wanted to get out here. If you invest in stock market, so I've always wanted to get into this role also. Okay, relationship manager. Yeah, we need to little bit here. Something I can improve over my selling skill as well, and other things are also there in this profile which interest me. Some of my seniors also have worked here, relatives have worked here, so wanted to explore this field. So you can say this very good guesswork always. That's good. Okay. The question is, for example, is ICICI Bank. Okay, they when they ask you, okay, what is the share price of ICICI Bank? Any company that you're working, Barclays or something, any, you should know the share price if it is listed. Reliance Infosys, what is the share price? What is the share price? Anybody? Anybody is investing in stock market? What can be the share price? No idea, no? Nobody invest. It's, I think it's maybe 800 rupees. You can check right now. 800, I guess. 800. I also check. 800 will be the ICICI Bank, HDFC Bank, maybe 1500, maybe more or less. ICICI Bank share price.
855.4
Wait,
ICICI Bank.
800 and something, and HDFC Bank will be 1500 or 1200, 1300. This is the thing they might reject here 1600 now. So share price keeps on changing, but this is the thing. So they might ask you, okay, why they can ask you, okay, ICICI Bank, okay. Now what are the businesses of ICICI Bank? Which type of banking they do? Anybody? What type of banks they have? Banking they do? Major two bankings. One is retail banking, one is wholesale banking. Retail banking is giving loans to the salaried persons, retail persons, salaried person loan, they're giving person loan, this loan, that loan. Wholesale banking giving loan to the businessman. Businessman को loan दे रहा है, like you're giving loan to businesses, industries. So that is wholesale banking. Now your HDFC Bank, ICICI Bank is basically into retail banking more and wholesale banking less. Okay. Then there is Yes Bank. Okay. Yes Bank or IndusInd Bank, they are doing much more corporate loans. They're giving loans to businesses. Now in the corporate loan, the risk is always high of NPA, right? NPA risk is high because there can be more default. A salaried person will never default, right? A salaried person कभी default करेगा? He will never default, right? Because he will default, then his civil will get impacted. So he will not. But a big businesses generally default very quickly. So this can be asked, okay, कि what type of banking they do. Retail banking, write it down. Retail banking, wholesale banking, basically do. HDFC Bank, ICICI Bank, they are basically much more into this retail banking. To my knowledge, based knowledge, and that's why there is less of NPAs also out there. So they and you think about the Yes Bank or any bank, okay, IndusInd Bank, they are doing much more of corporate banking. In the corporate banking, the NPA's risk is also high. So they ask you, okay, what is the Yes Bank fraud? So you should know about the Yes Bank, why the fraud has happened in Yes Bank or any bank. So if this, which bank pays the highest number of interest, highest saving in account interest at present?
Highest rate of interest.
Highest saving account interest, which bank? जिसमें सबसे ज्यादा इंटरेस्ट मिलता है, which bank?
I guess RBL Bank.
IDFC First Bank, I guess. IDFC First Bank. IDFC First Bank. Okay, and also know about the CEO of the ICICI Bank and HDFC Bank. CEO कौन है? Current CEO कौन है? So that is also they might ask you. Even I don't remember right now, but CEO they ask you who is the CEO of HDFC Bank and ICICI Bank. Okay.
So
And
for share price, can we give range of answer?
range नहीं
Is it
देना.
necessary to give precise answer?
No, precise you never have to give. I think I've tracked yesterday only. I think it is 1600 is the price. Okay. And in ICICI Bank, it is 500, 600, 700. So this is the thing. They might ask you why the price of the HDFC Bank is more, ICICI Bank price, why it is less. So they might ask you that also. Now that depends on the market capitalization. What is the market capitalization of the share, P ratio and all. They might ask you that thing. Okay. No. You see, ICICI Bank, okay, they might do a comparative analysis also. They might do which is better, ICICI Bank or HDFC Bank for the retail shareholder. They might ask you, okay, whether you're good with your knowledge of banking industry. So you can say that, yeah, the ICICI Bank has grown at a good rate over the last 5 years compared to HDFC Bank, which has grown little slower. Okay, that can be said. Almost both the banks are good. When ICICI Bank has grown, I remember 20 to 25% rate of return. ICICI Bank has given return. No, I think HDFC Bank 12 to 15% return they have given. ICICI Bank 20 to 25% return they have given to the shareholders. So it is giving much more shareholder return. So they might check your current affairs to make sure that current affairs is very good, because banking sector, they are not concerned about your Article C that much. They might be concerned that you have done proper Article C. This is the thing. One more thing that they will check is whether you have done bank audit or not in your Article C. So you have done in Article C bank audit,
No, sir,
LFAR report. You have done it.
No, sir, I have not done any bank audit during my articleship, but I will go through the LFAR report and basic concept of the concurrent audit,
Concluded,
so that
yes,
we can answer. So that we
definitely.
can answer.
So this is the thing that you will be saying. How was your articleship experience? So my banking experience was good. My audit experience was good. So these are the things they will like it. Budget amendments, they will ask you, what is the budget amendments? I mean, is particularly any tax related amendments you have. Okay, what are the different types of loans? Okay, what is the housing loan interest rate right now? What is the housing loan interest rate at present?
8.45.
8.45. This is the thing. Which housing, who is giving the housing loan at the minimum rate of interest? I think HDFC loan. So these small things they are checking that you are good with your current affairs and this. What is expected from a credit manager, relationship manager? Write it down, this question. Okay. Okay. I think it's good. You are prepared. More, I think you're more or less you're saying good only. If these questions you will improve, you can easily crack these interviews. Not that difficult. You can crack. Definitely, they will check. They might ask you how many attempts you had, why you took so many attempts. So you should have an answer for that also. You can say I was sick, I was a medical problem, family emergency, that, and don't say that I'm weak in my studies or weak in mugging up things. No, don't say those things. Say, yeah, I was that if some family issues was there or medical problems. That will be much better to say in this. If they ask you why you took so many attempts, maybe. Okay, that is the thing that you. Which is your favorite subject in CA final? So banking sector, you should say SFM. Audit will be better. Okay. If it taxation, this is a very important question. Okay. If it is a taxation role that you're applying, and which is your favorite sector in CA final, you say audit. So common
Let me
sense you
say
need to keep.
SFM.
Common sense you need to put in. That time they are just tracking your. By chance, by mistake, you said some other subject. Then.
So what
This
if
is the thing.
it is SFM is my favorite subject, and they are going to start asking typical formulas of SFM.
How much you know, that is more than you like the subject. That does not mean that you know everything about it, right? That is the thing. Ratios analysis you should be very good. Current ratio, liquid ratio, that ratio you should be very good at. Okay. Um, Ritu. Okay. What are the audit areas that you will be procedures you will be performing while performing a fixed asset audit?
Fixed assets. Should I say the assertions point?
No, fixed asset procedures.
Okay.
What are the things that you will do?
Okay, fixed asset procedure. The first procedure is that the physical verification is very important here. In the physical verification, I will check the whether first thing is whether the assets has been physical verified on the yearly basis, because there is a reporting in the caro where we have to report it ki on what frequency is the asset has been physically verified. And the second point is that the existence of the fixed assets needs to be verified. For the assets, I will check the fixed asset register plus the fixed asset journals along with what has been mentioned in the trial balance and all what is there. So for that, existence is there. And to check the valuation of that, I will check whether all the capitalization has been taken place if the company is following the India's compliance or the AS compliance as per the following accounting standards. Suppose if it is India's, then I will check whether all the India 16 provisions, that is whether all the costs that has been incurred till date to bring the asset to its present location and conditions, whether all the cost has been capitalized or not. Secondly, I will check whether there is any obsolescence in the asset. If there is any obsolescence, then we have to treat it as a scrap, and for that the different valuation is there. I mean, for that we have to follow the Ind AS 2 part will go there. Then existence is there for the completeness. Completeness, I will check whether the asset has been properly recorded in the books of accounts.
Try to not elaborate too much. Okay, make sure the answer is within 2 minutes, and anything else you need to know about it, you can write it till in the last key. When you're ending an answer, you can say, "Ki sir, this much I have done. Anything else you need to know about more, I can definitely tell you on that as well." When you're ending it, you can say that. Don't try to elaborate too much. When you're trying to elaborate too much, then they are doing much more cross questioning. तो ये चीज याद रखिएगा, ज्यादा आप इलेबोरेट करोगे, when you elaborate too much, then they will deep down and they might ask you, okay, how good are you in Indians? Okay, so don't say 8 out of 10, 9 out of 10. Then they go grill down on your Indians knowledge. So it's better to say I am 5 to 6 out of 10. That is, I feel at present I am 5 to 6 out of 10. I had, if you had a practical implication, then definitely say that I have practical knowledge. If you don't have, don't say. Okay, then otherwise they will go, I have theory knowledge, say theory knowledge. Because then if you say that I have practical knowledge, then they will grill down and then there is a problem. Okay, so they are checking your honesty also. Yeah, this person is honest or not.
Okay.
So that is how good are you in Excel? 5 to 6 out of 10. They will say, why you are so low? Why you are giving yourself such low rating? Say, I think I am a fresher right now. Definitely, I don't know how much to rate right now, but I think I'm being honest. I think I can. There is a lot of scope of improvement in me, so that's why I'm giving us a low rating at present. So that I can improve. And in days, you can say that I'm also planning to do some courses also. So you can, so always don't give 8 to 9 out of 10.
Okay.
Many people say 10 out of 10. Then it will be a problem. So always say 5 to 6, 7 out of 10. I feel this will be the better way. But the best way to judge is you yourself. But I treat my 5 to 6 out of 10. That will be better way. Okay, I have good amount of theory knowledge that you can say, and I'm trying to much more improve my knowledge on it. Okay. What are the audit amendments which has come, Ritu?
In the Schedule 3 part, there were few amendments. First was that in the trade payables, we have to provide the new aging along with the unbilled revenue portion. In the trade receivable, the aging, the bucket list has
Audit
been
report
changed.
amendments.
Like it has
I
been
need
become
audit
from
report
0 to
amendments.
60 days
Audit report.
for that.
Audit report amendments.
Acha, audit. Sorry, sir, I'm not able to recollect it right now.
आप जो बोला ना, अच्छा, तो ये चीज थोड़ा इम्प्रूव करेगा, ये चीज का और भी शायद, ठीक है, होगा होगा, ठीक है। तो ऑडिट रिपोर्ट अमेंडमेंट्स, ठीक है। तो एनीबॉडी एल्स वांट्स टू ट्राई ऑडिट रिपोर्ट अमेंडमेंट? चैताली?
Yes, sir. Can I?
Yes, sure.
So first amendment is whether if the company is paid any dividend or declare any dividend, so we will so it is in the compliance with section 123 or not, we need to report. And second is whether the company is maintaining books of account in the software where is a audit tail recording is available or not. That is two amendments.
Audit trail and this, you have gone through my Excel sheet, I guess.
Audit.
Okay. What are the tax audit amendments which has come? Anybody wants to try? Tax audit
Yes, sir.
amendments.
Clause 30C, unavoidable permissible agreement, and clause 44 GST related, where all the expenditures has been is to be bifurcate between registered, composite, and other than registered registered person. These are the
And can be elaborated more. Clause 44. What are the things we'll check in this?
In clause 44, basically we will bifurcate all the expenditure in P&L part in whether the expense have been done from registered supplier or composite supplier or other than registered supplier. This are the bifurcation we need to report in tax audit in clause 44.
I see you have done a lot of improvement in yourself, Jetali. I'm very happy. Much more seriousness I am seeing. Good, good. Compared to other time, you're much more serious. Okay. Otherwise, all the time you used to come here and there. You are not. You're sitting down in one position. Good. So you're improving yourself, which is great. अदरवाइज आप इधर उधर घूमते रहता था, लाइक था ना, यू आर सिट इन वन प्लेस, यू गुड वेरी सीरियस टुवर्ड्स इट, गुड. Question is like, how will you audit the inventory, Chetali?
First we will do in inventory, we will check what are the controls that has been placed for inventory purpose, how the management recognize the inventory, how the physical verification is being done by management. Then we will also do walkthrough through inventory counting. We can auditors should observe auditors should observe uh, during the counting of inventory, what are the process from start to end, how the inventory is being recorded. He can also perform cutoff testing, he can check 4 to 5 bills near the cutoff date, where he can check whether the sale, if sale has been done, then it is not recorded, it is not recorded in the closing stock, and goods has been dispatched or not. This all the procedures he can check for inventory.
यू कैन इम्प्रूव. आपका यहाँ पर जो आके रखा है इसको पीछे करिएगा बस, ये सब चीजें थोड़ा सा जो मेरा ना पीछे. आपका हम क्या बोले इसको, अब आप बता दीजिएगा प्रियंका, ठीक है? हमको फिर ये सब चीजें लोग
Actually,
ध्यान.
yeah,
हाँ,
that's the reason मैंने भी मतलब हेयर ट्राई कर रखा है.
या तो पीछे करिएगा या आगे, अच्छा नहीं लगता, इट इट डज नॉट लुक गुड. ठीक है, आंसर आप अच्छा ही दे रहा था, तो विच इज गुड. हाउ विल यू ऑडिट द ऑडिट ऑफ पेरोल? रितु अग्रवाल, ऑडिट ऑफ पेरोल. हाँ जी, रितु अग्रवाल. Let me see. Ritu Agarwal, are you able to hear me? How? Audit of payroll. Am I audible? Audit of payroll. I think she's not audible. I think. Mohit Lodi. Audit of payroll.
Sir, I haven't covered that portion yet.
You have not covered. Okay.
No,
What
sir.
are the things that you have covered, by the way?
Caro Schedule 3 and
Caro amendments.
materiality.
Caro
Yes, sir.
amendments. Yeah.
Sir, there are many, like 7 new clauses has been added, and one clause is merged with another one, and one clause is removed. So 7 is cash loss and undisclosed income, which is not disclosed in the undisclosed income, and the other thing is CSR reporting, and
When you're saying an answer, 2 3 things that you need to improve. First of all, the audio quality is very low. That needs to be
okay.
improved. Okay. Second thing, when you're saying cash loss, so you need to explain cash loss. CSR, you need to explain CSR. Just saying the point will not really. Okay. They will tell you there that this I told you before. When you take cash loss, explain cash loss. CSR, explain CSR. Quality of answer matter, I'm telling you. If you don't know the answer, say no. If you know the answer, you say properly. You got my point, huh?
Okay.
Because we
Yes, sir.
study like this in CA final also, and right, and that is the problem. When you're communicating, it creates a problem. I understand. So again, you repeat this answer. Caro amendments.
सर आई कैन रिपीट बिकॉज अभी प्रॉपर प्रिपेयर किया नहीं है, तो सिर्फ पॉइंट्स ही अभी याद है
कौन
सर.
सा प्रिपेयर अच्छा से किया है? कौन सा आंसर एक अच्छा से प्रिपेयर हुआ है आपका?
Schedule 3 amendments are
शेड्यूल 3
properly I
अमेंडमेंट्स
prepared.
बताइए. शेड्यूल 3 अमेंडमेंट्स.
And the key amendments are first the rounding of provision has been now compulsory, which was before optional, and the deposits which need to be disclosed in the long-term loans, now it needs to be disclosed under other non-current assets, and the promoter shareholding is need to be disclosed separately. Sir, actually I know, but I am not able to tell right now. I don't know why. I have learned many times, but I forgot the points.
Practice is needed. Yeah, practice.
Yes, sir.
Definitely, when you
Yes, sir.
need an answer, you need to do a lot of practice. It happens. Okay,
Yes, sir.
you are forgetting
Yes,
here.
sir.
Just imagine in the campus interview, if you see it there, how much nervous you will be, or any off-campus interview also. It's a very nervous situation there, right? Anybody
Yes,
will
sir.
be nervous there. and forget it, still you are in a good position that you're doing it virtual, okay? You have not seen a off-campus physical, you have not seen, okay? You'll see so many chartered accountants, you like this only, ये होना ही मुश्किल है वहां पर जाके तो नर्वसनेस का हाइट्स इंक्रीज हो जाता है, जस्ट इमेजिन कितना नर्वस, it's required a lot of practice, I'm telling you, it's a lot of practice, that's why I keep on saying people यूट्यूब देख के नहीं हो सकते सब चीज, लगता है कि हाँ हो जाएगा, पर वहां पर जाके बोलने का टाइम में यू विल फॉरगेट एवरीथिंग। वही चीज है, नहीं यू विल इम्प्रूव योरसेल्फ, ओके? ये सब इम्प्रूव करिए, एक एक क्वालिटी लाइए आंसर्स में, क्या है ना, क्वालिटी मेन देख रहे हैं वो लोग, आपका देख रहा है कम्युनिकेशन स्किल एंड पर्सनैलिटी अगेन एंड अगेन, वो लोग टेक्निकल नॉलेज आपका 19-20 भी होगा ले लेगा, कम्युनिकेशन स्किल पर्सनैलिटी नहीं होगा, प्रॉब्लम होने वाला है। और आर्टिकल सिर्फ एक्सपीरियंस को अच्छा से शो करिए, वो भी बहुत जरूरी है। आर्टिकल से में ऐसा नहीं होना चाहिए आप कुछ भी नहीं किए, मान के चलो विप्रो का इंटरव्यू है, वो विप्रो वाला बोलेगा कि व्हाट आर मेजर अचीवमेंट्स इन आर्टिकल से, वैसे नहीं होना चाहिए कि हम मेरे सीनियर से बहुत डांट खाता था, आई यूज्ड टू गेट अ लॉट ऑफ स्कोल्डिंग अर्लियर एंड देन द स्कोल्डिंग गॉट रिड्यूस आफ्टर पॉइंट ऑफ टाइम, they are saying achievement, then you have to substantiate with numbers, okay? Like Ritu Agarwal, what is your major achievement in an article scene? और एक चीज याद रखिए, ऑडिट है तो ऑडिट का अचीवमेंट बताइएगा, टैक्स है तो टैक्स का अचीवमेंट बताने का कोशिश करिएगा, ज्यादा इंप्रेस होगा। मान के चलिए स्टेट ऑडिट है, व्हाट आर योर मेजर अचीवमेंट्स इन एन आर्टिकल सी?
So basically, I was allowed to lead a team of for a statutory audit of a listed company. That was a major achievement for that, and I was able to prove my partner that I was best suitable at that time. I was the best suitable article to do the given task. As I also found out the major points in that, and so it was a huge achievement because that was the key observation that reached to the management level also, and the point major that was the major point of discussion for that period.
What are the things that you observed in your that audit? Any major observations you had at your end?
Yeah. First of all, there was a major point that there was a financial instrument for which an impairment needs to be done, but for last 3 to 4 years, they were just neglecting it. And the year in which I did the audit, I took the point out to the manager that impairment needs to be done, and it was approx around 2.8 CR. So it was one of the major point because it lead to the statement of the PL has changed drastically. It has lead to a change in the face of the profit and loss account. Plus, balance sheet has also been impacted by that, and different accounting policies, different accounting disclosures also were given because earlier no disclosures were given regarding this. So the one of the point was this, and the other point was the same was that ECL provisioning was that I asked the management why the ECL provisioning is not being done. So they don't have they were not having any answers to that because they were exactly not knowing what was the ECL provision. So I asked the manager, first of all, you get knowledge of this because as a statutory auditor, I will just ask him. It is not my responsibility to recommend him or to guide him how to make the provision and all. So I just asked him why it is not being done. So from their point of view, they explained me, but they were not having any suitable answers. So that was also the other major
But how
point
will you,
that I observed.
what is the journal entry for an ECL and how will you record it ECL? What are the provisions as per the India's?
As per the ADS, ECL is basically calculated by two methods. Is there? One is the lifetime method, and the other is the 12-month method, for which the calculation needs to be done. And the part for provisioning is basically like whatever. Suppose it is for the trade receivable account, so it will be trade receivable account debit, trade receivable account debit to provision for debtors account. Like in AS, we used to do for provision for debtors, doubtful asset, we used to make the provision. In the same way, in India's, it is just the name has changes, that name has changed. Expected credit loss, the name has become for that. And for calculation, we require two method is there. It is known as the projected, I guess it is projected unit method is that to calculate it ECL. And
When you
proper
take 12
calculation needs to be done. Like
when you will take 12 months ECL, when you will
Yes.
take the lifetime ECL?
12 months ECL is that when the risk is more, means if the 12 lifetime ECL is when the bad debt is, suppose the bad debt is happening from a long period of time, suppose 3 to 4 years the same bad debt is the receivable, the debtor has not paid it from the last last 3 to 4 years. So the impact will happen in the whole years. But it will impact the 3 to 4 years. And in 12 months is basically, if it is impacting only the last year, then we will take it on the 12 months period. But if it is impacting the whole lot of years, from suppose the previous years is also being impacted, then we take it as the means lifetime ECL.
Okay, what is external internal indicators of impairment?
External indicator, we can say external indicator is okay. First is the any government regulations. If the government has brought out new regulations in that, number 2 impact is that taxation can also impact the ECL provisioning. Number 3 is that external factors is like COVID can also be a great external factor, because at that time majorly the debtors were the debtors which were outstanding in the books, debtors were not able to repay it on the time. So that can be the external factors. And the internal factors can be majorly that is the company has not taken a proper follow-up with the debtors. They have not taken up with the followers. So if suppose the credit period was 30 days, now they have not taken up the follower, it has become 60 days. So this is internal, there has been internal control, deficiency in internal control, which lead to ECL provisioning has to be done.
There is a concept of CGU in impairment chapter. What is that?
I don't have full knowledge about it, but I can explain it. It is basically a cash generating unit. For that, we need to group 2 or more assets together, and if there is an impairment of the asset, we will calculate it like that. Sorry, I don't know much about
No problem. See, whatever understanding is that आप जो भी बोलेगा, whatever you are saying ना, वो क्रॉस क्वेश्चन वहां से ही आपको करने लगेगा. ये चीज आपको समझना है. तो आपको होल्ड होना पड़ेगा. आप जो बोल रहे हैं उसके बाद जो क्रॉस क्वेश्चनिंग होगा वहां से, अगर आप कंसोलिडेशन बोलते तो कंसोलिडेशन का स्टैंडर्ड में चल जाएगा. तो आपको पूरा अपना कॉन्वर्सेशन को ध्यान देना है कि आप जो भी बोल रहे हैं क्रॉस क्वेश्चनिंग उसके ऊपर आ सकता है. कॉन्वर्सेशन उस हिसाब से आप सोच सोच के बोलेगा क्या है कि इसके तो क्या क्वेश्चन पूछ सकते हैं. समझ रहे हैं ना. ये चीज आपको थोड़ा सा होल्ड रखना है कि हाँ, ये चीज के कारण ही बहुत लोगों को होता है. आई थिंक ये टॉप 6 सीए फॉर्म का भी बंदा को बहुत ज्यादा ग्रिल करता है कंपेयर टू समबडी इसने आर्टिकलशिप नहीं किया, उसको ग्रिल नहीं करेगा. पर जो टॉप 6 से निकल के आया है उसको बहुत ज्यादा ग्रिल करेगा, क्योंकि वहां पर में एक्सपेक्टेशन उसका ज्यादा हाई हो जाता है. द पर्सन बिग फोर जो भी है, हिज एक्सपेक्टेशन इज वेरी हाई कि दिस पर्सन शुड नो दिस. मतलब ये बिग फोर में रह के भी नहीं सीखा या सॉफ्टवेयर इंजीनियरिंग में नहीं सीखा, तो वो चीज याद रखेगा. वो आपका एबिलिटी के हिसाब से आपको क्वेश्चन पूछ रहा है. ये चीज नहीं भूलने का है. ही इज टेस्टिंग यू ऑन द बेसिस ऑफ योर एबिलिटी. बहुत जन मेरे को बोलते हैं कि मैं हम यहाँ से अब लग सकता है. अगर तुमने अपना एबिलिटी से ऊपर परफॉर्म किया है अपना आर्टिकलशिप में, यू लुक ले. पर तुमने आर्टिकलशिप में अच्छा जगह में करके भी आपने नहीं किया, तो वो चीज है. और आप किस तरीके से कन्वर्सेशन को अपने हिसाब से वो कर रहे हैं. ठीक है. सेम लिंक में आ जाएगा सब जन. आई थिंक सो काफी इंप्रूव हुआ. ठीक है. सेम लिंक में